Sako is Marin's mentor. He's a rank 42 Mitch. He is 24 and born on June 4th. He's a very stern, hardworking, and studious person. He's the youngest mentor in the group. His magic attribute is fire. After that, the order from best to worst is wind, earth, death, water, and life. His side effect is that after prolonged use, his flames become blue, and if he doesn't cease use, he'll pass out from heat exhaustion. In order to warn him, the blue tips in his hair become flame-shaped to make sure he's able to cool down. He also has a stronger resistance to heat to make sure he doesn't burn alive. He does have some burns. Resistance does not equal immunity. Sako graduated apprenticeship at 15 years old and is regarded as a talented mage, which he denies constantly, simply stating that he just spent every day studying and training, not taking any breaks. He trains Marin differently from how he was trained, as it was mentally damaging, and he doesn't want her to be as miserable as he was. Sako actually has a mage title, being the Blue Phoenix, but he doesn't go by it or ever really bring it up, as he only views himself as an average mage. Nadja is Akuru's mentor. She's 29 years old and rank 58. She is a playful, carefree woman. She's lax with training and wants to have a fun life. She often forgets her to-do list and just works on impulse. The most consistent thing is her training sessions with Akuru. Nadja's magic attribute is air. After that, the order from best to worst is water, life, fire, death, and earth. Her side effect is that when her air magic is active, all her senses are heightened, which leads her to sensory overload, but she has to repress the panic she feels to do her job properly. She struggles with texture sensitivity and doesn't like the way her hair feels, but for some reason doesn't cut it and just stuffs it all in her beanie. Sileo is a gentle AIDS beast knight, training Warren. A by-the-book, fierce, respected warrior. He's a trustworthy teacher and gives the best advice. He is often in his human disguise, since his true form is rather terrifying for the human eye. He's a beast from the northern mountains, so he's better built for colder climates. However, he was adopted by a human couple and moved to the southern parts of Riwam. He's pretty much out of commission in the summer. Sileo is 31 years old and is rank 88 for his knighthood. He's able to grow and retract his tail, scales, and claws from his human disguise, but won't hide them completely. In his beast form, his true form, he's a light blue color with his black hair acting as spikes. He isn't able to talk in this form, but you'll be able to understand the noises he makes. Due to size difference, he would need to remove his armor in order to shift to his beast form. He's also a lot stronger than he is in his human disguise. He treats Warren like a close nephew and helps him with routine training and advice on life and battle. Upon a request from Warren, he'll even randomly test his reflexes for surprise attacks. Is a 34-year-old woman and a rank 51 archer. Jeroma is a blunt, to the point, no-nonsense woman training Cora in archery. She's strict with her teachings and doesn't take excuses. Jeroma thinks anything that's in the way should be dealt with, done, and done. She focuses on firing from the shadows. She is extremely harsh when giving advice and can come off as cruel. Cora is really the only one that can emotionally handle her words. The other mentors tend to ask her to be nicer to the kids because of her harsh words. She can be quite terrifying in battle, as she often has a stone-cold glare. She believes that the eyes are the deadliest weapon that humans have access to. She often smokes when she's annoyed or stressed. Sileo often scolds her since smoking could negatively affect her work as she needs to move fast, and the smoke screws up her lungs. While not visible here, she has the guild logo embroidered on the back of her hooded clothes. Sora matrices. A 43-year-old rank 89 cleric and Sora's mentor. Sora is a kind, gentle, maternal figure. She's soft-spoken and helpful. She has a protective sense towards Sora and their friends. She's hardworking but tends to forget to take care of her appearance. She is the oldest of the mentors and the only one who's married. Her summoning jewel is the sapphire on her wedding ring. Sora bears a rare attribute being a secondary element. Her attribute is lightning. Due to a loss that she still grieves, Sora's hair has gone rather gray from stress. She sometimes uses magic to lessen the gray. She often acts as a mediator along with Sako if fights, arguments break out. In combat, she'll use lightning for attacks and barriers while using other forms of magic for healing. Some people look down on her since lightning isn't a healing attribute, and she hasn't attempted to use it for healing. Sora trains Sora not only in the studies of a cleric, but also much techniques such as flight and restraining opponents. Clerics are often expected to be well-versed in combat. Hirushi Hikoroma, an 18-year-old, rank 35 Lancer. Hirushi is Marin's carefree, aloof, older sister. There's a bit of curiosity in her as she mainly grew up in Reformation at the palace, being raised by Lord Famer. Skilled with a lance and not being able to use magic, she can be a little careless in battle but is always gonna back up her sister and her friends. She can't use magic due to a spell cast on her. Hirushi and Marin both have a trait that their hair reacts to magic by changing to a unique color. Marin's turns pink and Hirushi's turns purple. The purple tips are reacting to the spell on her. Hirushi is the firstborn of a long line of enchanters, which is related to why she was brought into Reformation. Meet Lord Moreno Famer, the most powerful and respected mage in Rewam and the right hand of the royal family. He's 50 years old and his rank is classified. He is gentle, kind, and a bit of a jokester. He always puts others first. He's rather overworked by his own hand, often ending up asleep at his desk. Of course, being the right hand of the royal family, he tries to look his best. He handled Hirushi's reformation and teaches the princess and princess magic. He is from a small village in northern Rewam. He has a younger sister and his parents are herbalists. His summoning jewel is to obsidian earrings. Due to certain circumstances, he looks slightly younger than his actual age. He looks the age he was when his sister was born. He was 30. Side note, his name is actually pronounced No Red No.